Thanks for watching my video. Here, we are going to discuss how equation will be found from the given situation. It is going to be a quadratic equation solved by factoring. Let us enjoy this journey. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. The good news is that we are taking 4 or 5 students this year who want to prepare for GCSE or equivalent exams. Our students in past have done extremely well and they have been right there on the top. You can always email me on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com for personal online guidance. In our series, you'll find many videos, all are short videos. We have also solved many test papers, the past test papers, which are available for you to see our approach and how do we really help students in doing extremely well. Now, in this playlist, we'll discuss about algebra. All the questions will be related to algebra. So, we have picked up topics which are slightly difficult for students. So, in this series of slightly difficult questions, we have one for forming and solving equation. So let's go through this question here. In the triangle ABC, the line BD is perpendicular to AC. So line BD, this is the line BD, which is perpendicular to AC. AD equals to x plus 1, DC is x plus 5, and BD is x plus 4, as shown in the figure. Figure is not to the scale, okay? Area of the triangle is 42 centimeters square. Calculate the length of BC. So this is what you need to find, right? Let's call this as Y. That's what you need to find. Well, normally these questions are in different parts. So one by one, you have to calculate things. So we have already taken up 4 lines on a small page. Now we will see how should we solve this question, right? So let's begin with basic understanding, and that is we are talking about area of a triangle, right? So the formula related to area of a triangle is what? Let me write down area of triangle like this is half base into height. So I prefer to use the dot in between for multiplication sign. Now in this case, the base is AC, right? So which will be half of AC times the height, which is BD. As you see, we are given algebraic expressions, right? So AC means you have to add AD and DC, right? So it is half of, you could add AD with DC to get AC, correct? And then you multiply with BD. Makes sense, correct? So that is the approach. Once you do this, you can equate this to 42. So this is all equal to given area of 42 centimeters square. As you can see from here, we have only one unknown, and that is x. So you can find the value of x. Thereby, you can find all the lengths, right? So once you have the lengths, in that case, this is a right angle triangle, right? Use Pythagorean theorem to find y. So that is going to be our approach. Clear? So once you know the approach, I'd like you to actually pause the video, solve it yourself. Check your answer with ours. That'd be good. Now on the next page, I'm going to provide you with the solution. So now let's begin with what we had decided. That is, area is 42, right? So area of the triangle is given to us as 42, which is half of A to C. So this dimension A to C is x plus 1 plus x plus 5 times x plus 4, right? Which is the height or the altitude. So we've taken this BD. Makes sense. So now we could write this as half of x plus 1 and x plus 5, add them, you get 2x plus 6 times x plus 4 equals to 42. Clear? Now it is interesting to see that both the terms inside this bracket, 2x and 6, can be now simplified. So you can rewrite this as x plus 3. Makes sense, right? And we'll multiply this with x plus 4. Right? So we are having a quadratic equation on the right hand side. Perfect. So what we did was we actually multiplied, open this bracket, half 2x plus 6. You get the idea? So 2x plus 6, you could take 2 common, right? X plus 3. Makes sense, right? And this was times half. And that is how we get this step. Perfect. So this step is, I hope, absolutely clear. So basically, 42 is equal to x plus 3 times x plus 4. You can expand and simplify. Now, some of you might have difficulty in this also. So basically, what you need to do is multiply with x these terms, right? And then with 3. Then combine the like terms. Let's do it. So we have 42 equals to x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12, and that is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 12. Makes sense? So 42 is x squared plus 7x plus 12. We have a quadratic equation. Bring all the numbers to the one side, and then you can solve this quadratic equation. Great. So let's do it. Let's take it to the next page once again. So we have x squared plus 7x plus 12. Let's rewrite. X squared plus 7x plus 12 is equal to 42. Clear? Only variable unknown is x, correct? So we'll rewrite this as x squared plus 7x plus 12 minus 42 equals to 0. X squared plus 7x, and that gives you what? 30, right? Equals to 0. Now at this stage, you can actually factor. So sometimes the question may say that factor this, or they may also say prove that the area is this, right? So we got an expression for area. You see that? Which is x squared plus 7x minus 30. So how do you factor? We're looking for product of two numbers to be 30, right? And the sum should be 7. So could you get these two numbers? Try, right? So 15 times 2 is 30. That doesn't really work, right? 3 times 10 works, correct. So we know that the product of two numbers, let me write down here, p times q is minus 30, and we want the sum of two numbers to be 30, right? So those two numbers could be, since we want 7 as positive, 10 and minus 3. Make sense? So we can now break it down and write as x plus 10 times x minus 3. Makes sense? Equals to 0. So that gives us two solutions. One of the solution is x equals to minus 10. Well, that is not possible since, we cannot make these things negative. Perfect. You can realize from here that from this given diagram, x has to be greater than minus 1, right? So from here you can say x should be greater than minus 1. Otherwise, we'll have a negative figure, which we cannot have, correct? Great. So the only solution here is x equals to 3. Make sense? So we have a solution here, and which is x equals to 3. Only thing possible is 0 of this factor x minus 3 equals to 0. So remember, whenever you have 0 on the other side, either of the factor could be 0 to make it 0. Perfect? This is 0 principle of product, correct? So x equals to 3. As soon as you get x equals to 3, you can find all the sides, correct? So you know what is b to d, right? So let me write bd here. So b to d is equal to x plus 4, right? Which now will be 3 plus 4, correct? Or 7. So we got this side as equal to 7 centimeters. And A to C will be x plus 1. So let me write down directly 3 plus 1 and 3 plus 5 plus, right? 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5. Correct. And that is 4 and 3 7 and 5 12. So we get 12 as AC. Correct? So now we know this total length is 12. But strictly speaking, we need to find B to D. Makes sense? So to find B to D, we should actually calculate what is DC. Correct. So we know B to D is 7. So we should actually find DC. You see the key here? So we'll focus more on DC, which is 3 plus 5, 8, right? 8. So this side is 8. So we know one side is 7, the other side is 8. Now we have to find BC, correct? So let's go to a new page, right? So we got this side as 7, this side as 8, and here we have a right angle triangle. Makes sense. Now we can use the Pythagorean theorem, right? We are using the x value as equal to 3, right? So when you substitute 3 here, you get 7 for BD and 8 for DC. So B to C is basically, you can write square of BC is 7 square plus 8 square, correct? Or BC is equal to square root of 7 square is 49 plus 64. Makes sense, right? So BC is equal to, add them up, 9 plus 4 is 13, 3, 113. So that becomes the answer in centimeters for our case. Now, sometimes they may tell you find the answer correct to two decimal places or one decimal place. In that case, you can use the calculator, right? And then write 113 square root, figure it out, which is 10.63. So let's write down this as equal to 10.6 approximately in centimeters. Makes sense. So to one decimal place, BC is going to be equal to square root of 113, which is approximately equal to 10.6 centimeters. Perfect. So I hope you have understood how do we solve such a question. A lot of steps are involved, right? So we landed up with a quadratic equation, factored it, and found a solution. So this is extremely good example where you are actually understanding many concepts learned in this subgroup or unit on algebra. I hope it makes sense. Please watch some other videos to really understand the quality of material which we are presenting to you. And once again, in case you want to learn directly from us, you can do so. Our students are right there on the top. This is just the beginning. We actually get into very difficult questions. And once you practice those, you can get amazing results. Hope it makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.